This again. You got you got 15 minutes.
My name is Robert Wardell, and I am the founder and the manager of the Mitchell-Wilborn Litigation Defense Fund. According to Craig Warren, a criminal defense attorney, wrongful convictions are devastating events that are unfortunately not uncommon in the United States. There have been 2,095 exonerations of innocent inmates since 1989. In that time, an average of 8.7 years were spent by each person for a crime that they did not commit. In total, over 18,250 years were served. The Innocence Project reports that 2 to 5% of people serving time behind bars are innocent. With about 2 million people incarcerated in the U.S., a 2% innocent rate would be the equivalent of 40,000 wasting their lives in jails or prison, Warrant 2017. As a taxpayer in this country, your tax dollars are being spent to house individuals like Mitchell Wilborn and Adam Barfield who have been wrongfully convicted and or excessively sentenced. As a taxpayer, you have a voice in how your tax dollars are being wasted to incarcerate individuals like Adam and Mitchell, and you should be outraged. I want my audience to get involved with the Mitchell-Wilborn Litigation Defense Fund, a nonprofit organization. I want the audience to sign my Change.org petition, and I want you to donate to my fundraiser campaign. You should support the Mitchell-Wilborn Litigation Defense Fund to help bring attention to those that are wrongfully convicted and are excessively sentenced to lengthy prison terms by a broken criminal justice system, and to help correct the wrongs in these cases. This issue is extremely important to me because I have been assisting Mitchell Wilborn for over 7 years, and I have been assisting Adam Barfield for the past year. I have a personal relationship with both of these individuals and consider both of them very close friends. While many inmates claim that they're innocent or wrongfully convicted and sentenced, much of the documentary evidence that I have gathered and reviewed indicates that grave errors were made in both of these cases, resulting in a miscarriage of justice. I have my information
How long do you end up being here?
upon my review of the transcript and other documents in United States versus Wilborn out of the Northern District of Alabama and United States versus Barfield out of the Eastern District of North Carolina. In addition, I base my information on the affidavit of criminal defense expert Dennis W. Hartley of Colorado Springs. I'm going to go over what I believe contributed to the wrongful convictions in both of these cases and the excessive sentence in Adam's case. These two cases, and ask you to take the necessary steps to help me see this campaign to success. What I believe contributed to these wrongful convictions and excessive sentences are, number one, a lack of education. In Mitchell's case, Mitchell has a 9th grade education, and he knew no better than what his attorney told him. I believe prosecutorial overzealousness and prosecutorial misconduct contributed. I believe that ineffective assistance to counsel was probably the biggest factor. What action I believe is necessary? I believe that if I can raise the funds to hire Dennis W. Hartley to author an expert witness report, we can then petition the courts of appeals in the respective circuits for reopening the post-conviction proceedings based on newly discovered evidence. By obtaining the 200 signatures on the Change.org petition, we will bring the issues to the attention of the policymakers to whom the petition is directed and who can make some changes. To be part of the solution, which I know you want to be, is to open yourself up, to acknowledge your own, and to learn how to support others who need it, even criminal offenders at times. The criminal justice system in the United States is broken. The lack of education of inmates, prosecutorial overzealousness and misconduct, and ineffective assistance counsel are all contributing factors. According to Michael Sonato of The Observer, an often overlooked aspect of mass incarceration and the criminal justice system is in the United States is the aberrant illiteracy rates in prison throughout the United States. Sonato 2017. As Hillary Rodham Clinton stated during a 2015 speech on criminal justice at Columbia University, it's a stark fact that the United States has less than 5% of the world's population, yet we have about 25% of the world's total prison population. The numbers today are much higher than they were 30 or 40 years ago, despite the fact that crime is at a historic low. Clinton, 2015. According to the Washington Post, the United States had the highest prison population rate in the world at 716 people per 100,000 people. More than half of the countries and territories had rates below 150 people per 100,000 people. The United States had a much higher rate compared to other developed countries, about 6 times Canada's rate, between 6 to 9 times Western European countries, and between 2 to 10 times Northern European countries, post-2015. According to Dennis W. Hartley, a 46-year criminal defense expert and attorney, Mr. Wilborn received ineffective assistance counsel, and the outcome of the proceedings would have been different if not but for that ineffective assistance. Affidavit of Dennis Hartley, 2017. An example of a wrongful conviction is that of Don Mitchell Wilborn, or just Mitchell Wilborn. Mitchell has a 9th grade education. Unbeknownst to Mitchell, the government had filed an 851 notice under 21 U.S.C. subsection 851, which enhanced Mitchell's sentence exposure to mandatory life. Yes, you heard me correctly. The charge he pled guilty to carried a mandatory life sentence exposure. To convince him to plead guilty, the lawyer told him throughout the proceedings that he would receive a time-served sentence, a sentence that was never possible. An example of an excessive sentence is that of Adam J. Barfield. In Adam's case, he was enhanced a substantial number of levels for threatening a witness. The prosecutor knew that this was bogus, and the witness testified at a hearing that Adam had not ever threatened her. So the prosecutor told him that if he would drop the objections, she would give him 19 years, which was still an excessive sentence. Adam was not caught up with any large amounts of methamphetamine. He was charged with what is known as ghost dope. That is dope that never even existed, except for the hearsay statements of other individuals who were charged and received leniency from the government. Adam dropped his objections, and the judge sentenced him to 30 years in prison. Knowledge is power. When we share it, a domino effect ripples outward, embracing more and more, and change occurs. Patterns of destruction are broken, new pathways emerge, and attitudinal changes are completed. For a solution to be acceptable, I must meet the following. I must obtain at least 200 signatures on the change.org petition, which I need you to help. I must also raise $25,000 through donors on fundraiser.com, which I also need you to help. I must obtain the expert witness report of Dennis W. Hartley, which is key. My solution is that I create, through volunteers, a social media campaign that will allow the reaching of the above 3 criterions. I acknowledge that you may have some reservations or misgivings about supporting a criminal offender, but let me ask you this. What if you or a loved one were wrongfully convicted and or imprisoned for an exorbitant number of years? Wouldn't you hope to find someone like me that was willing to advance your cause? My organization aims to increase the number of inmates that we'll be able to assist in the future. This is just the beginning. I believe that my solution will meet the 3 criterions above. By attaining 200 signatures, we'll be able to notify the recipients of the petition of our desire for needed change. By raising the $25,000 through our fundraising efforts, we will be able to obtain Dennis W. Hartley's expert witness reports, and we'll be able to petition the respective courts of appeal for additional relief. Now, where will that money go? Of the money, fundraiser.com takes 8%. And WePay takes 2.5% for the collection fees. The remaining money that's we raised for the campaign will all go to Dennis W. Hartley to write these reports. By attaining the expert witness report of Dennis Hartley, I'll be able to file applications with the respective courts of appeals and to reopen these cases based on newly discovered evidence. I believe that you can see that any reservations you have supporting are supported by ample evidence that wrongful convictions do in fact occur. I hope that you will give these inmates the benefit of the doubt and act to support their causes. Now, let's see some of what we have just talked about and put a face to this cause. Okay, sorry about the minor technicalities here. Okay, this is the Mitchell Wilborn Litigation Defense Fund visualization. Please pledge your support and donate to the Mitchell Wilborn Litigation Defense Fund. This is Mitchell and his son Cameron in happier times. This is Michelle, Mitchell's beloved wife, who has struggled through this ordeal since 2012 and stuck strong. And this is Mitchell's wife and his beloved grandmother who raised him and who passed away last year, less than 90 days after she was forced into a nursing home. And this is Mitchell's granddaughter, Everly, who was born in December of 2017 and who Mitchell has never seen or held. And this is Cameron and his family, Mitchell's son, and Haley, his wife, Easton, Carter, Mitchell, and Everly. All 3 were born while Mitchell has been wrongfully incarcerated. Mitchell has never seen nor held Carter Mitchell. This was in 2019, the only time Mitchell has gotten to see or hold Easton since he was born. This was in 2019, the only time that Mitchell has gotten to see Cameron since his wrongful incarceration. And this is Cade, Mitchell's son, who has not seen since his wrongful conviction. This was Michelle and Mitchell when he first started this wrongful sentence in 2012. And this was Michelle and Mitchell at Christmas of 2017 when he was the woolly mammoth. And this was Mitchell and his son, grandson, and sister Tammy during their 2019 visit. And this is Adam Barfield, sentenced to 30 years for ghost dope and false enhancements for threatening a witness. Adam has missed out on the graduation of two of his daughters since his incarceration. One of his daughters was recently accepted into Appalachian State for this fall. In 2017, Adam's grandmother passed away. He was unable to attend the funeral due to his excessive sentence and incarceration. In Adam's case, his lawyer failed to challenge the hearsay drug weights of the co-conspirators, and his lawyer failed to have his private investigator interview the witness upon whom the drug weights were based. As a result, Adam received an excessive 30-year sentence that could have been mitigated with proper investigation. Please sign my petition at http:// change it, and then you see the number here, and donate to our campaign.
You have less than 4 minutes.
By signing the Change.org petition and donating to the fundraiser campaign, you will be allowing Mitchell and Adam to get back to their families. Because of his incarceration, Mitchell has missed out on the birth of his 4 grandchildren, and his elderly grandmother, who suffered from Alzheimer's, was forced into a nursing home where she passed away less than 90 days after being placed there because of a lack of a caregiver. Unfortunately, Mitchell's story is not unusual. His family is but one of the many thousand who suffer some form of loss because of wrongful conviction. Adam has missed out on the lives of his 3 grandchildren. He has also missed out on his daughter's graduation and one of his daughter's acceptance into Appalachian State starting this fall. What father wouldn't want to be a part of his daughter's first day at college? Adam is missing out on that. In 2017, Adam's grandmother passed away. Due to his excessive sentence and incarceration, he was unable to attend the funeral. By not signing the Change.org petition and not donating to the fundraiser.com campaign, you will be allowing these travesties of justice to continue and will allow 2 individuals to linger in prison that do not deserve the sentence that they received. I realize that adopting my solution may not be politically correct currently. However, the only way that change can occur in the American justice system is for these outrageous convictions and sentences to be overturned and for such injustices to be brought to the nation's attention. It is important that we spotlight injustices like these. Be a role model to change. We cannot allow lack of education, prosecutorial overzealousness and misconduct, and ineffective assistance to counsel to meet our unjust convictions and sentence. When you become an advocate for change, show someone that you care about the injustice that has occurred. Reflecting on the media, it is discouraging to see all the things that justice is not. You can visit the Change.org website as I posted on the visual, and you can visit the fundraiser.com as I posted on the visual, and you can donate and sign the petitions. You can volunteer to donate time to the Mitchell Wilborn Litigation Defense Fund and help me get this social media campaign cranked up. What is a true encouragement, however, is the potential supporters and the donors we see all around us. With your help, we'll be able to reach our goals. It's important to show that these men are not forgotten and that we care about their plights in the face of wrongful convictions and excessive sentences. It's important that we show them how strangers can unite for a cause and make it happen. By empowering these men, supporters and donors can positively affect these men's self-image and boost their self-worth to create men who are capable of leadership and who pride themselves and their accomplishments when they return to society. This nonprofit organization works to empower these individuals whose lives have been needlessly taken from them. Be a supporter and donate today. You can help make a difference in the lives of these 2 inmates and affect change forevermore. Thank you.
You barely made it.
You got it.
How many minutes is it?
It's still recording.
Oh.
And it's not stopping.
That one won't quit.
There we go.